Hey everybody, Josh here, and today we're gonna talk about this thing. This is a UPS, also known as an uninterrupted power source or power supply. And this is great for those of you who have servers at home, medical supplies such as CPAP machines. This is basically a battery that has a very small latency when it comes down to loss of power in your home. In Southern California, we have a bunch of blackouts, especially during the summer months. And this is great because I constantly run my server and I can't have that thing just randomly turn off and damage my hard drives. So we're gonna use the plugs on the back and power up my server and see how well it does. So let's talk more about it. Here's a closer look at the Goldenmate 800 watt UPS. What makes this battery so unique is that it uses the new lithium phosphate batteries, gives you a minimum of 10 years of a lifespan. So it's gonna be with you for a pretty long time. So on the front, we have the control system with the display giving us the current battery life, if it's plugged in and getting power from the wall outlet, and if it's outputting any power to any devices that are plugged in. You hold down the power button to turn the system on, and to turn the system off, we will hear a beep when it turns back on. So check this out. I'm going to hold down this power button. We're going to hear that beep. And then we have little status indicators telling us when the power has been removed or unplugged, or if it's been shut off, and if it's powering any other devices. So red and green LEDs, and it will be beeping once power has been unplugged from the system. On the back, we have 8 standard plugs, which are responsible for your output power. And then we have an input power for your wall outlet to power this battery, standard OSHA input right there, and we have a reset button. And on the bottom of the unit, we'll get these rubber anti-slip feet, and we'll have the specs of the battery featuring the watt hours, which is about 230 watt hours, and the output wattage, which is about 800 watts peak. So it can power a bunch of different devices. So to use this system, it's really simple. I'm just gonna place it here on top of my server rack. All plugged in. All right, so let me quickly demo the UPS system for you. So we have the UPS from Goldenmate and we have my server. It's important to have your server hooked up to a UPS in case there is a power outage. So I'm going to start off by turning on the UPS, holding down the power button. Right now, my UPS is connected to wall outlet power, but I'm going to be disconnecting that, and we'll see if it's going to affect the server, if it's going to shut the server down, or if it's going to mess the hard drives up. So I'm going to turn on my server here. Okay, and if you look at the display, we have input coming from the wall outlet and then output, which is going to any devices that are plugged into the UPS. Now I'm going to unplug the UPS from the wall, and we'll see if that's going to affect the server in any way. You heard that beep, so now power has been disconnected from the UPS, and as you can see, the server is still running, has not shut off at all. So that's really good. And then once it's plugged in, the beeping is going to stop and you're going to see 120 VAC, which means alternate current has been plugged in, and the UPS will be back to charging again. But uninterrupted power, as you can see, the server did not shut off on us. So what are some of the devices that I recommend that you plug into this UPS? Well, for one, if you have a home office, definitely your server. You don't want those hard drives to just randomly shut off during a power outage. Next, your internet router, your internet modem, that's another big one because I've seen the power go out and somehow the internet was still working when everything was powered on through like a battery. So if you don't want to lose your internet or server, definitely plug it into your UPS. Obviously, you can use the UPS with a bunch of other medical devices as well, such as CPAP machines, as mentioned earlier. But just picture this as being a battery switcher, which has very little latency, especially when it comes down to using a server. So if you're interested in the Goldenmate UPS, make sure you check out the link down below. I highly recommend it. They also have a bunch of other different configurations when it comes down to battery size. So again, make sure to check out their website down below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.